The story really starts with the moment a lot of people stopped feeling sorry for Will Smith and started asking uncomfortable questions. After that infamous Red Table Talk episode aired, the image was hard to ignore. Will was not speaking as a man in control of his own marriage. He looked small, quiet, like someone taking hits in public and being told it was healing. And that is when voices like Charleston White stepped in and said what a lot of people were already thinking but were not saying out loud.
But you come from a world of where you could monetize certain things. So, hey, before we talk about it, let's bring it to the red table and let's monetize our conversation.
If I can't please you, how you want to tell people this? All kind of go be trying to fuck you when they realize I can't please you. They got the ups on me. Mama got the ups on me, man. I can't please my woman. How you think they looking at me? Look how we look at Will. Y'all see how you know how you look at Will. Like a weenie.
It didn't change.
Like a weenie.
Why do you think he's still married to Jada? Why is he still in there? She's clearly shitting on him.
She got a secret on this nigga.
Ain't no different than a that whoop his and the woman stay with the man that whoop her. Same thing. She love that rotten motherfucker. She don't like the ass whooping, but she love him enough to take the ass whooping. That's love. Love ain't about what you can give. Love is about what you can take. So shit, man, no. He love that hoe. You talking about? And then, they probably do some freaking. Yeah, they probably done some things. They gotta kill each other if they leave each other. No, you leave me, you might tell somebody, I'm gonna kill you.
Charleston did not focus on just one moment. He zoomed out. 30 years of fame. 30 years of being carefully packaged as the perfect guy. No scandals, no mess, no real cracks until Jada brought their private life to a table, put cameras on it, and monetized it. And here is the key point that matters to this story. Charleston did not frame Will as weak because he stayed. He framed him as stuck. According to Charleston, Will is the victim here. Stuck in a situation where leaving would not just end a relationship. It would open doors. Doors to conversations, to explanations, to things that had been kept private for decades. Staying married meant the narrative stayed managed. Leaving meant losing control. Now, while Charleston may have his own theories about why Will not divorce Jada, we know someone who claims to know why. That person is none other than Will Smith's ex-best friend Bilal. He has spoken out against the Smiths before, and each time it led to serious pressure.
I talked for 2 hours.
Okay.
And I said some pretty, what some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to be, to show that it was true. So from that, that's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that, I extorted you. There was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts. So that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out, right? So now you, Will, and yourself are in legal jeopardy. Her lawyer sends me a cease and desist letter, which I had to report him to the bar, Kenneth B. Hurt, because he said, I never knew Will, and I have everything here. I never knew Will, that I never worked for Will, and that he said he represented Willard Carroll Smith, which is Will's real name, but he was asking me to take down statements from Jada. So that's what we call in law overreaching. You cannot, if you're saying you represent Will, you can't compel me to do something against Jada.
If what Bilal says is true, then this was never about clearing the truth. It was about control. According to him, Will Smith was living in a constant state of fear. Not fear of the public, but fear inside his own world. Bilal claimed that Jada controlled the environment around Will so tightly that even if Will wanted to leave, he could not. After Jada spoke publicly, Bilal made it clear that his issue was no longer with Will. He said Will was stuck, trapped in a system he did not fully control. Instead, Bilal said his conflict was now directly with Jada because he believed she was trying to discredit him before he could speak freely.
Will's never responded, and they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw.
You said it was murder.
Yes, Dwayne Martin's a serial, because Will's not the only one, and we're gonna get into that later on too. Since now, so basically, Jada's interview did two things. It makes me now, me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald head liar and you're a drug addict. Right?
Oh, God.
You did not sue me. You told the world that you were going to sue me.
Ooh.
As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swiftly. It's been over 2 weeks. So, Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the parties, right? And the people, the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. Because now what we got to do is we got to force her to say she lied. You assassinate my character. You say I extort you. Well, extortion is criminal. Like, I would be in jail right now if I tried to extort the Smiths. If this was an extortion plot. See, there's a difference between saying something that's civil. Like, I could say different, like she's had various venereal diseases, right? And I'm saying that. Jada has. I'm saying that, right? But I'm going to tell you why she's not going to sue me. Because she knows it's true.
Bilal said that kind of exposure is exactly what Jada wants to avoid. He also described how media outlets suddenly stopped inviting him to speak. Interviews were canceled and people grew afraid to platform his story. To him, that showed influence and control, not truth on its own. At the center of all of this is Will, who appears to be under the control of an increasingly erratic Jada.
So that's why my attack is on her now, right? Because at the end of the day, Jada is a bald head lying dope fiend. Period. That's what she is.
I can verify the
right?
bald head part.
Right? And the liar, the whole world knows she's a liar.
Yeah, we can verify.
And let's talk about the dope fiend. So Jada has self-admitted to using and other drugs, which are illegal. Who got them drugs for her? Who got the ecstasy that in all these interviews, she says she used ecstasy, addicted to. So you're trying to tell me that's criminal. You're buying or sending someone to buy illegal drugs. But when you got this type of money, ain't nobody coming. You say you addicted to all forms of porn, men, women, bestiality, all this stuff.
She said bestiality?
Oh, goodness.
I didn't know nothing about that.
Listen, let me say something to you. All you got to do
I know she said she had a sex addiction.
No. She also that she was addicted to. So this is from her own, because people see what I do is I'm going to connect the dots with people. So now they can go and see, oh yeah. Then also she also claimed to be an alcoholic, right? So yeah, so she said she passed out. I think it was on Nutty Professor or something because she was smoking weed and drinking too much and the drugs. So this is a dope fiend. Her mother was a dope fiend, right? So we got to look at the behavior of the dope fiend. Right? This is what we're looking at.
Bilal painted Will as someone surrounded by contracts, agreements, shared business interests, and public image risks. Divorce would not just be a personal decision. It would trigger legal questions, financial reviews, and renewed attention on old stories that were never fully answered.
Will has always paid you for all the work that you've done.
An abundance. And Will has put a significant amount of money in my pocket. That's why this wouldn't have been a problem with the book. Listen, Jada comes in and say don't give him nothing. My thing with Will was, and even when we're on my Instagram with that video where Will say you in the book, I blew you up. We were in the middle of all this stuff. But I'm in it with Jada. I didn't really have time to talk to Will that night. Right? I didn't have time to have that good conversation with Will. But then the slap happened. And I didn't want all this stuff to come out during this. This would have crushed him during the slap. Right? So Jada essentially kept me away from Will, but Will knew what was going on, and like Jada runs Will, period. Because there's nothing that two friends of 38 years, a little small business deal, right? That might be what, 100 and something thousand, 190,000, whatever that amount is, right? It's two friends can work that out. But when you got your narcissist wife and sociopath wife saying, "Oh, I'm gonna crush him, I'm gonna kill him," this is criminal. Listen, so this is what happened. So, of course, Charlie Mack the rat hits me and say, "Hey, Jada wants and Will wants to talk to you." Now we're going through all this with the mediation, the lawyers, everything, right?
This is before the interviews.
Right. This is way before the interviews, right?
Okay.
So I'm at the position like, okay, so this is how I have to talk to her. I gotta get with Charlie Mack the rat. He's gonna have a special phone. Boom. I get with him. He's gonna call Will and Jada. They're gonna be on the phone. I'm gonna have a conversation. So Jada was like, look. They offered me $10,000. That doesn't even cover the cost of the boxes. This is Jada offering me, right? And this was after the mediation. This is what they offered me. And they started off with $5,000 in the mediation. Then it went to 10 and I left the mediation, right? I'm like, I'm not even trying to do business. I brought all these boxes to the meet. I showed everything that I needed to show that I did on my end far as our contract was concerned. And there's emails supporting everything. So she said, "You're going to take that $10,000. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to take the $10,000. Then she says, well, I'm going to crush you if you don't take the money, because if you don't take this money, now you could sue. Now, if I would have took the money at the mediation, it puts me in a position where I can't sue them."
That is why, according to this perspective, Will stays married. If a third party speaking causes this much reaction, imagine what would happen if the marriage itself fractured. A divorce would not just be emotional. It would be procedural, legal, and adversarial. Will Smith cannot get out even if he wants to. Now another insider has some very interesting theories about why Jada treats Will the way she does. Boozy said the real problem was never fame or movies. He said the real problem was Tupac, and more importantly what Tupac meant to Jada.
But, you know, Tyron was saying how, like, on the set in the early filming of Menace, him and Tupac and Jada would be like wrestling with each other and like playing around and joking.
This
you know
high
what I'm
school, this lovebird shit.
Right.
Like this deep, bro. Like, I feel like that can't be stopped, bro. And I felt Pac felt the same way. I was looking at an interview on Vlad one day, and they said Pac came in the studio mad or something about Jada telling him to leave Will alone or woo. Pac was some shit I was watching. And if that was true, a nigga made man like that, and you get mad, nigga, that's love.
Boozy explained that Jada and Tupac were not strangers. They knew each other when they were young, before fame took over their lives. People who were around back then said the connection between them was deep and real. On movie sets they joked, played around, and acted like two people who truly understood each other. Boozy said bonds like that do not just disappear. He believed Will Smith thought that once Tupac was gone, Jada would move on. But according to Boozy, that never really happened.
Will
real I got went like, hey bro, when you a real person, like, and y'all click, bro, it's special, bro. Like, it's special, bro. Can't nobody even take that shit apart, bro. Like, when they hurt, you gonna feel like you just hurt. You know what I'm saying? And by him saying that, he wish he had the love like Tupac. I don't know, I feel like that with Jada was pretty deep with Pac.
Jada was the homegirl. And then Pac was, shit, she was blowing Pac up. Those was the beeper days and the phone days. She gonna blow the phone up, she gonna blow the pager up. And Pac used to always say, Jada, I'm gonna come over there and beat Will's motherfuckers. All the fake love.